Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 1 with our Temur Thopters or Temur Descent of the Dragons, whatever you want to call this deck. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is definitely a keepable hand. We have doubled Dragon Tempest, Loam Dryad, and Evolutionary Leap. I think this is keepable. We have all our mana sources. Double Dragon Tempest is kind of awkward. But we do, again, Evolutionary Leap, we just need to find one card, like one card to just eat with the Evolutionary Leap, and this hand gets a ton of value with the Dragon Tempest. So I'm going to go ahead and just Loam Dryad first turn. And we have the Dragon Tempest or Evolutionary Leap turn number 2, depending on how we want to play it out. No Cryptolith Rite yet, just a basic mountain from our opponent. And that is not a card I wanted to see, so we'll just Dragon Tempest and then attack in with the Loam Dryad. Might actually, I'm not sure if 4 of is the right number for this Dragon Tempest either. So we are getting mana flooded here. I'm going to go ahead and probably just end up killing off my Loam Dryad. We'll attack in with it first. The 2 mana does mean he could have some sort of negate up. But Clash of Wills will be able to play around that, so we will Evolutionary Leap, and hopefully it doesn't get countered, because this is pivotal to our strategy. Okay, perfect. So we don't need to do anything yet. This at least gives us some... yeah, okay, so this is going to be the Flash, the red and blue Flyer Flash deck. And there's the Fevered Visions, which helps us out a lot, because now we have an open... Yeah, I think I do kill my... Loam Dryad. And we get a Palace Familiar. So the Vision says... if a player has 4 more cards at the end of turn, it deals 2 damage. So another land is definitely not what I wanted to see. We can throw out a Reef here. I still think a Coast is better. That gives us 2 blue sources. I don't think I attack in. I think we just go Palace Familiar. It does gain haste, but we just have to pop it back. The Whirler Rogue will be good. It gives us some damage here. We can block the Dimensional Infiltrator. We are starting to get a little bit vulnerable down. Another Visions. And he decides not to attack in. We will Evolutionary Leap again. It draws us a card. It finds us what we need. Hangarback will be good. We draw the Hangarback and get the Thopter Engineer. So we definitely need a Cryptolith Rite to go crazy, which we haven't seen any yet. There's the Descent of Dragons. So if we can last 1 turn... They do run a lot of like Clash of Wills type cards, though. The Engineer, though, I mean, he's not able to attack any of his flyers, which is the good news. So I'm trying to decide what the best play is. I think it's another Descent of Dragon and a Thopter Engineer. Or we could go Hangarback Walker. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Thopter Engineer, and then another Dragon Tempest, because that might just be lethal because it's gonna do 2 damage each, depending on what we can get out after that. We're gonna be taking a ton of damage here from the Visions, and it fills back up his hand. So if I Hangarback Walker and then save up Evolutionary Leap. That puts in 2 more tokens, but that's probably the worst line of play here. I think it's going to be just, yeah, Thopter Engineer, and I guess actually Hangarback Walker rather than Dragon Tempest. A Cryptolith Rite would have been insane here. And yeah, I think it will be Hangarback Walker. And we'll just pass turn. We take a ton of damage here. Evolutionary Leap again. Needed that Cryptolith Rite. They do run like exquisite firecrafts. And a lot of counter magic. Yeah, he's just going to leave up the counter magic. Exquisite Firecraft. He's going to go for a kill here. So, let's see how much damage we can do. He keeps up 2 mana. Well, I think we have to go for it and just hope he doesn't have a Clash of Wills in his hand. Because we can Descent of Dragon. We don't have one. If we had 1 open mana, this would be a lot smoother. Because he's definitely going to go for a kill. So the only card, it's just Clash of Wills we have to worry about. Yeah, needed that Cryptolith Rite. As we could pump a mana into the Hangarback Walker, kill it. Well, we're going to go for it. Hopefully this doesn't have a Clash of Wills. Because this will do 3 damage to him. And then he'll take 8, 9. Maybe not. Maybe this actually doesn't do it. Does the Dragon Tempest doesn't do it either. Because I'm definitely dead next turn if I don't do anything. So, yeah, Dragon Tempest is not going to do it. This adds 3, and they all see each other, so they'll do... Oh, they'll do... Yeah. We'll see how much this does do. I'm pretty sure a Clash of Wills is in his hand, though. So close. So close. Yeah. So close to actually being lethal. Just one more, because that would have... Okay, so 3 dragons, 3 4/4 dragons would have come into the battlefield. They would have done 3, 6, 9. You could only block 1 and then take 8, and that would have been perfectly 17 damage. Plus a Hangarback Walker token would have been another damage. Okay, we'll go on to the sideboard. We can bring in... I think Impact Tremors is not terrible versus this deck, because he's just going to try to race me with damage. I think Negates are actually great here, as we can counter his counters. Yeah, and it ends up being like a counterspell war. I think Duskwatch Recruiter is just so vulnerable. And everything else is fine, though. Palismir is great in this, so is the Faerie Miscreant. Those are awesome cards. The leaps are still good. I think I'm gonna cut down a 1 of Dragon Tempest and a 1 of Descent of Dragons. We just need to get there. I think that, yeah, just grind him out other ways is better. Like we do, Double Feathered Visions is tough that quick without having any sort of aggro. We just have that Loam Dryad forever. So I'm definitely okay with my options here. This is a much better hand. Starting hand. We have everything we need. Except a green source now I'm looking at, but we can get it with the Pilgrim's Eye. So we can go first turn Island here. And then second turn Palace Familiar. There's another Cryptolith Rite. Double Cryptolith is terrible, but it's that good in the deck. So yeah, we'll definitely just Palace Familiar. Pass the turn. Card is a nightmare for him because it draws me cards and I can block all of his 2/1s. Another Dragon Tempest is fine. Little Pilgrim's Eye here. Go get a forest. And attacking with the Palace Familiar. And then we do have the Cryptolith Rite for next turn that can just accelerate us. And there's the Visions, which draws in the card. Loam Dryad's fine. It's just going to be a Cryptolith Rite. We don't take any damage here. We get another Loam Dryad at the end of turn. And he's going to cast a second one again. This is helping me out a ton, though. It's going to help me get where I need to be. It's going to accelerate him like crazy, but with the Cryptolith Rite, I think this accelerates me more than it accelerates him. And we do hit a land drop, which is awesome. But we need a way to... I think I'd just rather take a damage to do a damage to him. And we get a Pia and Kiran Nalaar and a Faerie Miscreant. Yeah, this is going to put him on the... defensive for sure. And if he just passes his turn, he just loses out on all of that. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be game if he missed the land drop. He has to discard 3 cards here. Wow, getting very unlucky with not hitting the land drops. Clash of Wills, Rattle Chains. Man, he has 2 better things than both of those in his hand. Because the Pia and Kiran Nalaar is just insanely good here. And another Gold Knight Castigator. And here's where it gets beautiful, because we can go Faerie Miscreant and actually tap it for a mana. But, we don't really... Yeah, I think we just dish out Pia. And he's going to scoop here. Alrighty, so... I don't think we're going to mess around with this. I think this is a good little list versus what we're facing. Yeah, it's the numbers we have to work out here. Like the right amount of... This is a decent hand. Double Faerie Miscreant. Yeah, definitely. And we'll actually do a first turn Loam Dryad. Opponent does have to mulligan to 6. Starts off with a Wandering Fumarole, and we'll start off with a Loam Dryad. We are missing a red source, except for Loam Dryad is a red source. And this next turn we can cast Faerie Miscreant, Faerie Miscreant. Nope, he's got a Fiery Impulse. So that does mess up our plan a little bit. And he's got another Fiery Impulse. Okay. And a Morph card, which is going to be the Dancer, I believe. Pilgrim's Eye is awesome here. Goes and gets us the red source. That was an awesome draw. Or, you know what? I'll probably just go blue, because it gets us Whirler Rogues. Yeah, we have double Whirler Rogues in our hand, so I think just the blue source is the right play. We'll attack him with the 2/2. We will take it. We'll go... I think we go Cryptolith Rite here. And let's make him get rid of a Clash of Wills. Now it's out of his hand. We have a Whirler Rogue. We can actually pay for a Clash of Wills for 1 next turn. So we'll go ahead and Whirler Rogue. All of these cards are nightmares for our opponent, as they put out, this is a 3-for-1 card. And I think I'd rather get into damage than go Faerie Miscreant. No, he wouldn't. We'll go Faerie Miscreant here. And he'll flash into Rattle Chains. Not a great card versus a bunch of 1/1 flyers. And another card that is very terrible versus a bunch of 1/1 flyers. So looking good. Double Fire Impulse too. That's definitely a good starting hand versus a bunch of Loam Dryad and a Faerie Miscreant. We need an Evolutionary Leap now. So he's going to Exquisite Firecraft me. I don't know how I feel about that because I feel so far ahead at this point. Especially the other Whirler Rogue. But I mean, that's the way he's going to have to dish out the damage. Yeah, Pia is great here. He has no cards in hand. We can actually do both. So we can tap this for a red. Tap this for a red. And since he's tapped out, get in there for some damage. Now he needs to draw a way to take care of my Pia and Kiran Nalaar. He does not. He draws a land. He should be attacking in here. He does not. So I think it should be Spigame next turn. We have enough mana to really... Oh, that's a insane card here too. So I don't think I really need to do much. Just attacking with everything. Except for the Pia and Kiran Nalaar. The Whirler Rogues, no, either. Just the flying things. Yeah, let's attack with the flying creatures. He's going to morph the Dancer. And do I shoot it off or do I care? Let's see if I do this right. So, sacrifice an artifact, deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So, choose target creature player, sack an artifact. There we go. I think I double-clicked on my Thopter. Goes down to an 11. Yeah. So he's going to, again, try to draw into just burn. And attack with Rattle Chains here. No, he's killing on the backswing if that were the case. I don't think I need to Evolutionary Leap anything. Because he does have to block. We could kill off a Rattle Chains, or I could just do some damage to him. Or I could Evolutionary Leap one of these Whirler Rogues. No, he's got to block them. So let's see. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. So he'll have to block at least one. Unfortunately, we have the wrong type of mana. Because I need to save up 2, right? Because he blocks the Whirler Rogue and blocks the Flyer and takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I did it like this. Because I just sack him in response. Yeah, I don't think I attack him with the Whirler Rogue. I believe there's 1 activation, 2 activations, 3 activations of... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 I could do. Yeah, I just think I let this happen. So it goes down to 6, and we have 6 we have activations here, yeah. And that'll do it. Pretty sweet deck. I'm loving it. We'll go on to the next match here. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.